Rookies are steaming up the board. $250,000 to first place. There's no rest for the wicked. Let's win the big board.
It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King Summer.
Started a little bit early this morning. I'm going to be honest. I'm having an anxious day. I'm flying later. Knew that I wanted to hammer out some of these drafts before I got on the road. I just did a pre-recorded video for everyone here on the channel for the Super Bowl. I did Super Bowl NFL Daily Fantasy Showdown with brand new partner of the channel, Run the Sims. All the NFL DFS on this channel from here forward is going to be done on Run the Sims. I also got a note yesterday that people were not loving the music. It was putting them to sleep. So we are going to do a different one today. I'm still streaming all of them, but I did a draft yesterday with David Kitchen. So this is the members only Swolecast team. So just so that you guys know that it's here, that I'm not cheating, that if you're following the series, this is the members only Swolecast team yesterday. It's a Mahomes at pick 76, JJ McCarthy, Jackson Dart quarterback room, Jonathan Taylor, Travion Henderson, Tank Bigsby, Ollie Gordon, Kendre Miller, Bayshell Tootin running back room, Justin Jefferson, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Jamison Williams, Rashee Rice, Josh Downs, Isaiah Bond, Jaden Higgins, Gabe Davis, wide receivers, David Njoku, Colston Loveland, and Gunnar Helm tight end room. So if you missed it yesterday, maybe you're not a Swolecast member, maybe you just missed it, and that's okay. You're allowed to miss things. You don't have to be locked in for all of these, but that was draft number 12 yesterday. We are doing draft number 13 right now. Let's get in the room. Done. We did it. All right. This is Daydreaming. So the song that I had playing yesterday in StreamYard was Night Driving. This is Daydreaming. This is normally the one that I would do on the Sunday morning NFL DFS stream. So you guys tell me if you like this more. Yeah, I am nothing if not someone who listens to constructive criticism and feedback. That's my job here on this planet. All right. We're off and running. GM. Justin just drafted a team that he can say objectively is dog shit. Been there. Rise and grind. GM. GM pressers. I believe you were able to get into the big board, into the Discord. GM to Bindles. Yes, if you did watch the members only Swolecast yesterday, you did get to see the thumbnail for this video get made. David helped me with it. GM to Kirk, GM to Noah. How are we doing this morning, everyone? Are we having a good morning? How's your Friday going? Are you carrying the boats? Who's going to carry the boats and the logs? Joining a stream draft because my quarterback room this morning was Jordan Love, Jalen Milroe, and Jackson Dart. Yeah, the early and we get the 101. Haven't taken a Jamar Chase yet. We'll take a Jamar Chase at 1. So the early returns on Jalen Milroe at the Senior Bowl are not great, but I'm thinking he might be pretty good in the game. You guys should watch the Senior Bowl, by the way. I believe it is Sunday at 2 p.m. You guys should watch it. It's normally a pretty good watch. If you're drafting the big board and you've never seen these guys play, I think it'd be a good idea to watch. Ooh, GM, another day of no UD, grinding the king of the pitch satellites. How did you enjoy, Brady, the 18-game Champions League slate and the 18-game Europa League slate? I thought it was pretty interesting. I will draft a couple dog bowls today. I'm flying today. I have a flight this afternoon. So I won't be able to draft on my flight. Gonna take Jamar Chase here at 1. But I'll probably draft a couple dog bowls at the airport while we wait. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just get some work done. I'll definitely do one of those two things. Either I'll be drafting some NBA dog bowls. What's the bio? Yeah, I will. I'll probably. How full is it? 16% full. All right. I hope we fill this one. You guys can see there's my slow little boards that are going. Time waits for no man. Carrying the boats that you're out. Hey man, that's still carrying the boats, brother. God. Okay. The people taking every second of the clock, they do get my goat. The taking every second of your clock in the first round. I'm not gonna lie, it does tilt me. So if your goal is to tilt me, it does work. I get it if it's in like the 8th round, you know, and you're like, oh man, who do I take? Who do I take in the 8th round, bro? Am I taking Tyrone Tracy or am I taking David Njoku? But not in the first round. You know who you're taking in the first round. GM. Hey man, dropping the boats to watch the show. It's good to say. That's the thing. I wouldn't think full clock people would be out for big board. I would think that. I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm mad. It's 30 seconds. But what tilts me is the first round 30 second. There's no reason for it. GM John. What was it? It was the mini schnauzers. Were those the ones that had the different timed clocks? I want to say. One of the finals I made. Dude, I was a 2v2 away from winning the mini Schnauzer 7. Have not seen Devin Achane go at the 1.8 yet. Not even saying I hate it, but I haven't seen it yet. Thoughts on Tez Johnson destroying 1v1s at the Super Bowl? Well, I would hope the 156-pound wide receiver would do really well in one-on-one drills, is what I would say. I would certainly hope that the guy who weighs 156 pounds would be able to put on an absolute goddamn show in one-on-ones. If the 156-pound guy can't dominate the 1v1 drills, Brendan, he's going to have a bad time, I think. Not even saying I'm like totally out on Tez or anything like that, but 156 pounds is positively Tutu Atwellian. And Tez Johnson was not nearly as productive of a college player as Tutu Atwell. I feel like there's been some revisionist history on Tutu Atwell. This dude was an unbelievable college player. His real name is also, I believe it's Chartarius. What a badass name. I need to update the timestamp for this video for this draft. Draft 13 of 150. Chase at 101. Bada bing, bada boom. 13 drafts in I suppose a week. That's pretty good pacing, right? It's a little bit more. Obviously, we're gonna take a step back. All right, I do need to move Trey McBride down in my rankings because I don't want to have a bazillion % of him. And I do like Brees here at this turn. Brees Bucky is a pretty sick turn here, actually. First Super Bowl bet place, Hollywood first TD. Yeah, I will be in Illinois this weekend, so I'm going to get all my Super Bowl bets done in the next 3 days. Hopefully a lot of like profit boosts and things like that available for me. All right, we are going to go Brees with the first click, and then The wide receivers generally available to me at the next turn are going to be all right. So let's do Brees and let's do Bucky. The running backs available at the 2-3 turn are a pretty good argument for Chase 101, by the way. Just in general. What's a better 2v2? Saquon and T. Higgins or Jamar Chase and Brees Hall? I like that. I like Noah Gray first touchdown. I probably like Noah Gray first touchdown. Although Noah Gray only ran 20% of the routes in the conference championship. Sort of interesting there. All right. This guy's cooking. Jeanty and Tyreek is a hot fire start. I continue to think these quarterbacks are hilariously overpriced. I mean, don't get me wrong. Saquon and T could be the better start. Saquon and T could certainly be better. I don't know. Pressers is in spot 9 right now. Y'all are such warriors with this best ball stuff. Well, I'll take it, man. I will take being a warrior. I'm kind of operating right now like T is either a Bengal or a Patriot. I don't see other places that he goes. Because I think most of the other teams that really would want T. Higgins, I don't know if they can give him the crazy amount of money. The Patriots can give him Jamar Chase's money. The Patriots have $120 million of cap space. $120 million of cap space. Had to leave. Which laws of physics are we disputing? I don't know. The law of thermodynamics, perpetual motion. We going to do that today? We could potentially do that. I think Garrett Wilson's probably just a Jet, but the one that I keep going back to be most interesting at, what if Garrett Wilson goes to the Packers? They're down Christian Watson. They need wide receivers big time. No disrespect to Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, my boy Dontavian Wicks, but they need a wide receiver one. That's kind of what that team is missing. Was in a little board and someone got Chase and Bowers. That is a sick start. T to the Commanders. Would it be that fun though? Because that's a low volume offense. They run a lot. The Cliff Kingsbury, it's low volume. I think May is going to rise regardless. May is going to rise a good bit when they overpay for 2 offensive linemen. I mean, they could draft Tet and sign T. I think both teams would do Wicks plus a first for Garrett Wilson, honestly. I think the Packers would do it, and I think the Jets would do it. Aaron Glenn, defensive head coach, And Garrett Wilson just doesn't want to be there. Although the unspoken thing is, who's their quarterback? Is it Tyrod Taylor? Is it Jackson Dart? I could see Jackson Dart being the quarterback for the Jets for sure. Okay. We are about up. We have Brees Hall, Bucky Irving, and Jamar Chase. We could do JMO. There's a lot of wide receivers. Yeah, see, the wide receivers here are very appealing, much more appealing than the running backs. Hey, we can't be starting early. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jason. I literally was just sitting at my computer. I scheduled it at 8:30 because I didn't know how long editing the video would take, and it didn't take very long. So I just got the video. I have a video scheduled to come out tomorrow morning and a video scheduled to come out Sunday morning, and it didn't take me very long. I just rifled right through it, and so I was just like, I'm just sitting at my computer anyways. If I go upstairs, my puppy's gonna wake up and bark at me. So here you are. I'm not saying, I think the most likely thing, I'm gonna take Jordan Addison. There's like a good argument that this is the right spot to take Hubbard. My rankings have Pickens as the clear pick here, so let's do it. Let's do Pickens. Because now we've got McCarthy and Fields set up. I like JJ McCarthy. I do like JJ McCarthy more than consensus, more than the field. Well, the Hubbard thing is, I guess it's two things. So first is Hubbard only got there last year due to like insane volume. I think Hubbard, I feel very similar about to Chase Brown. Actually, funny that they're both Canadian. If you look at the way Hubbard got there, it's just insane volume. You know, it's these crazy 20 carry games. He's getting 4 targets a game. You know, it's all volume related. And I don't think Hubbard is, I did like Hubbard as a prospect. Maybe I need to rethink that. But also, I know that Bryce kind of like put it together and played a little bit better last year, but I don't know how much I believe in that. And what if Jonathan, I don't know. Maybe I need to rethink that, basically, is what it is. I need to rethink that. Well, they paid him and then activated Jonathan Brooks. They literally paid Chuba Hubbard and then they activated Jonathan Brooks. I think you want to take some Olave. I think you want to take some Shaheed. You know, the Jets hired a Broncos guy for the front office, a franchise that knows how to treat us down. Yeah, I'd say it's like plus 250. Garrett Wilson gets traded or something. It is a great morning to make $250,000. It's true. All right, the 8-hole is cooking. Let's see. 8-hole has Achane, AJ Brown, Trey McBride, Devonta Smith, and Jalen Hurts. I regret to inform you, the 8-hole is cooking. I hope the Panthers are not going to take Jeanty, but I do think I'll say this. There's one running back right now. I don't know who it is, but there's one running back right now that everyone thinks a running back is totally safe. Couldn't be more safe, right? Bucky Irving, Kenneth Walker, James Conner and Trey Brenson, Joe Mixon, David Montgomery, Alvin Kamara, Jalen Warren, Tony Pollard, Tyrone Tracy, Ramondre, just someone that's totally safe. And that team is going to take a running back in the second round. They're just going to get on the clock and they're going to be like, all right, we're taking TreVeyon Henderson. And be like, shit, why did the Seahawks take TreVeyon Henderson? Why did the Dolphins take TreVeyon Henderson? And then, you know, I think we are all weirdly, despite being really in on the rookies, I think as a field, we are actually underrating how good these running backs are. I think 0% I won't do. Ooh, Nick, what beef jerky company do you work for? I'm a big beef jerky guy. Beef jerky is an elite. If you're trying to watch your weight, if you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle, sugar-free beef jerky is about as good of a snack as you can get. I always have beef jerky in the house. Jack Links. I have such a positive association with Jack Links because they sponsor the World Series of Poker for too long. I'm not flying to Louisiana. I'm flying to Illinois. I'm flying to Chicago for the weekend. Biltong is good. I've not tried Hawaiian beef chips. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds like something I would be into. All right. We have a 2-3 build with Brees and Bucky. We have Chase, Addison, Pickens. None of our quarterbacks are anywhere close. So this is going to be another 2. This can be another 2 wide receivers. Please don't take Luther Burden. Luther Burden is who I want. Burden and Jennings, Burden and Ridley, Burden and Ayuk even. Okay, he took Burden. Okay. Well, let's do... You know what? I don't think I've taken a Calvin Ridley team yet. Let's take Ridley. Let's take Ridley and Igbuka. Brees Hall, Bucky Irving, Jamar Chase, Jordan Addison, George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, Inimeka, Igbuka. Ridley's target volume was nuts last year. He just didn't have quarterback play. And what if Sam Darnold's his quarterback or Russell Wilson? Hawaiian beef chips are super thin and crispy beef jerky. All right. Thinking about it. Oh, I mean, Nick, in my pantry right now, I have a big thing of Chomps, 90 calories, 10 grams of protein, but I also have like 3 or 4 things of Jack Link sugar-free beef jerky. I'm not actually, Nick, reach out to your marketing department. Hit me up. We can do Jack Link's. I will have a Jack Link's thing right here. We can have a Jack Link sponsorship here on the channel. We call that micro influencing. I think McMillan is fine either way. Yeah, I think McMillan is a smash either way. Yeah, fat-free Greek yogurt. Fat-free Greek yogurt, half scoop of protein powder, blueberries. I don't have a Ninja Creamy. I have a kind of small kitchen. I guess it's not really. I just don't have a ton of cabinet space. So I don't have a Ninja Creamy. I just do, if I really want ice cream, I literally just do 2 scoops fat-free Greek yogurt, scoop of protein powder, a little bit of Fairlife to mix it up, and then I just toss in blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, banana. If you get a banana and you just kind of mash it up in there. I mean, I'm not going to say it's as good as ice cream, but it's a similar culinary experience. Brett Jones buys Chobani to support Shad Khan. Is this an adult wide receiver room? This is a pretty adult wide receiver room. Chase, Addison, Pickens, Ridley, Igbuka. I'm going to be kind of behind the 8 ball at tight end. Blend milk, frozen. Yeah, the frozen fruit helps. So if you have frozen blueberries or frozen strawberries and you toss it in, it'll just freeze the yogurt around it. Bindle's nose ball. That is 8-1 for Charbonnet from Josh Riddle. I would not have taken Sharbs there. You should have taken Hawkinson, I think, there. And we have Peak Monster who took Mahomes and Burrow. Some interesting constructions going on. Yeah, I like Honey for sure. Hey, just send one email, bro. Nick, just send one email. You never know. You never know with the 22-year-old analytics guy who just started a month ago. You never know what type of poll you have. Yeah, I'm not clicking Stevenson at all right now, really. Emeka Egbuka is a wide receiver from Ohio State University, who's probably going to be a very early second-round pick. I mean, he could land at one of the spots we really want. He could be, a Bill maybe. He could be a Charger. Yeah, overall projected to be first-round pick. 21st overall. Consensus to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Makes sense to me. By the way, my ad block not working on this site is so annoying. You're just never getting a potential first-round wide receiver in the 90s anymore. That era of fantasy football is over. This is probably an Njoku click. And then maybe Brian Robinson Jr. This could be a Bo Nix click, actually. Yeah. Or ETN. ADP is really caught up to ETN. Actually, we're going to do Brian Robinson Jr. Although Brian Robinson Jr., I think, is one of the running backs who's not at all safe. Yeah, it is. It is a really good quarterback window. 1.22 yards per route run is not very good. But McMillan kind of had 2 seasons where he was really bad to begin with, but got on the field probably like a little bit too early. And then he got really good in the back half of the season. I'll pull it up on PFF right now. Like his yards per route run in the first half of the season, I believe, was below 1. All right. Yards per route run, minimum targets, we'll go 20% of 171. So Puka was the best. Jameson Williams, 1.97. But then let's make it the regular season. And I will, he's probably, Igbuka, yeah, he's pretty polished. Not flashy at all. Not flashy at all, though. I don't love him, but I think he's got a chance of being one of the big risers. Kind of like Ladd, maybe. All right, let's do, by the way, you see who's 4th in yards per route run? You guys ever heard of Marvin Mims Jr.? Ever heard of him? You ever heard of Marvin Mims Jr., bros? All right, and let's go. Is there a way to filter by weeks? Custom. Let's go weeks 10 through 18. McMillan will look a lot better in this. Yards per route run. Oh, still not on the first page, so that's not great. It's not great for him. My assumption was that he got a lot better, but maybe he didn't. I don't think Igbuka is Anquan Bolden. I think he's more like Diet Keenan Allen, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, wide receivers do dry up pretty quick. Yeah, I think the Broncos could certainly take a wide receiver in the draft. Diet Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's a very good comp, I think. You know, touchdowns generally are a function of targets. Not always. You know. Not sure Igbuka is Jerry Jeudy either. Don't know if that comp strikes me as 100% true. Well, here, I've got it pulled up. Emeka Igbuka, draft pick 21. What's his listed weight? Emeka Egbuka is 40 time. What do we think his 40 time is going to be? It's supposed to be very fast. Let's give him a 4.35. He's supposed to be very fast. I don't know if I buy that. What is his listed weight? 205. The comps are not going to be that good. Yeah. So there you go. You've got some big hits, Olave, JSN, Jeanty, but then you've got some huge misses. Tony, Dorsett, Ruggs, Devin Smith. You know, it's kind of the way it goes because the production, MDS says 4.45 would be generous. I just pulled up the first thing I saw was that's his listed time on NFLDraftBuzz.com. I'll rerun it with a 4.45 after I make these picks. I knew I should have freaking just taken ETN. Okay, we are gonna go. There's no obvious stack for us here, so I'm gonna take May, who I'm light on to this point. Keenan Allen is a good pick here. He really is. Keenan Allen. This is too late for Keenan Allen. All right, so we've got Drake May, Breece Hall, Bucky Irving, Brian Robinson Jr., Jamar Chase, Jordan Addison, George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, Emeka Egbuka, Keenan Allen, and David Njoku. Njoku is one of the biggest values, I think, early on. Just realized I wasn't watching live. I was like, why is no one else talking about beef jerky right now? Oh, my camera just died, bro. There we go. I don't like little ETN very much. He seems like a markedly worse prospect to me. All right, with a 4.45, his most similar comp is Kadarius Toney. I don't love that. Jefferson shows up though. Judy. I mean, he's just getting bunched in with the other Ohio State guys. Do you want Evan Ingram in Cincinnati? They're so annoying about how they use their tight ends. I don't know if you really want of a great shuttle. Yeah, he probably will have a great shuttle. That does seem true. I think you're probably right about that. Anyway, there's a long discussion about how Emeka Egbuka is probably a pretty good pick where he goes. Because he could very easily be a Bill, he could be a Steeler, he could be a Bronco, he could be a Commander, he could be a Charger, which wouldn't be as good. He could be a Buccaneer. If the Buccaneers decide to let go of Godwin, and we've got Mike Evans at 30. Yeah, Eric All out for the entirety of 2025. But they have McLaughlin, they have Sample, rookie Olave, rookie JSN. Yeah, I mean, JSN was probably better than we thought because Shane Waldron used him like a terrorist. So I think our expectations, our evaluations of JSN, you know, basically, the people who are really high on JSN as a rookie, I think, were right, and then Shane Waldron ruined it for him. I think JSN was always probably good. Sam Sherman coping and seething somewhere right now. Well, so this kind of used to be true, but now teams trade. So Chirath said, you got to cross your fingers he goes late first and doesn't go around the turn to an early second garbage team. That kind of used to be true, but now you have like what happened with Ladd last year, where a team traded back, or Keon Coleman. They traded back in the draft and they didn't care about that fifth year. Could have happened to Worthy too, pretty easily. I don't want 100% Najee Harris exposure, and the market has certainly corrected on him. Feels like he's going in a relatively appropriate range now, a 10th round pick. But like when the contest first opened, he was going in here. He was going in like the 120s, 140s, and that was insane. I don't, except Igbuka was not that good of a prospect ever. The thing is that Igbuka just was never that good relative to his teammates. You know, he always played every year at Ohio State. He played, we've done this on the stream a bunch of times, but it is crazy. Every year at Ohio State, he just played with guys who are better than him. So freshman year, JSN, Wilson, Olave, Travion. His big year was his sophomore year. MHJ, Cade Stover, Julian Fleming, who's still on the team. The sophomore year was the big one because that was the year JSN injured his hamstring and basically said, I'm done, I'm out. And then 2023, he gets outproduced by MHJ and Stover. Not great. That was I believe Igbuka was banged up that year. Travion Henderson averaged the same amount of yards per reception as him. And then the final season, outproduced by Jeremiah Smith. All right, we probably need another quarterback here. We definitely need a running back. I'm sick of getting sniped on this guy. Devin Neal already went. I'm just taking Ollie Gordon here. We don't have another obvious quarterback spot set up, so maybe this could be a tight end. This could be we could do Loveland here. Where are we at? Yeah, we got Njoku. Let's do Loveland. I'm kind of light on him. So we've got Drake May, Breece Hall, Bucky Irving, Brian Robinson Jr., Ollie Gordon, Jamar Chase, Jordan Addison, George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, Emeka Igbuka, Keenan Allen, David Njoku, and Colston Loveland. Because I'm sick of getting sniped on him, and I don't pick again until 168, which is after his ADP. If Peter and Pat want me to slide into Gretch's vacancy on ship chasing, I'm happy to do it, but they've not asked me. They've not reached out to me. And maybe they don't want it. Maybe they want to go in a different direction, which would be fine by me. Probably. Yes. Yeah, probably. Ollie would have been a second round pick, maybe a back end of the first round pick if he came out last year. Yeah. So maybe I guess probably a lot of you don't watch college football at all, and you don't even know about Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon, as a sophomore at Oklahoma State, averaged 6 yards per carry on 285 rushes, 73% dominator rating in the backfield. He also had added 39 receptions, so he had over 2,000 scrimmage yards, 22 total touchdowns. Actually, did 9% of the team's scrimmage yards, 35% of the team's offense as a whole. Yes, his team did suck. Oklahoma State sucks, but also he was worse though. You can't. It's certainly not just his team, because they were not particularly good the year before. I guess actually no, that's wrong. They were, but he was not even the most efficient rusher on his team. Trent Howland averaged 5.6 yards per carry. Rodney Field averaged 4.7. Sessi, I don't even remember this guy. The receiving got much worse as well. 6.2 yards per reception. Yeah, I think he's good. Oh, he was better than Chuba. He was definitely better than Chuba. We actually can pull that up. So here, let's run the Sims real quick. Let's give him, what is Ollie Gordon's mock draft position right now? Ollie Gordon, on average, is mocked as the 95th overall. So that's a third. We'll say 90. We know he's 233. What is his 40 time? Ollie Gordon 40 time. Ollie Gordon's on the thumbnail, by the way. Should run a 4.45, I think. Ollie Gordon 4.45. Let's just give him a 6.93 cone just to see. He definitely was banged up. Certainly was banged up. Yeah, I hate Oklahoma State. So yeah, the comps are kind of what you'd expect. Some huge misses. Akers, Kenneth Dixon, Mike Goodson. Marlon Mack is actually a good one. David Montgomery is who you want him to be. David Montgomery is your ideal comp right there. I am big on him though. I'm going to be much higher on Ollie Gordon than the field. The same way I was with Hubbard, honestly. Because Hubbard, the same thing, isn't it so funny that literally the same thing happened to Hubbard? 2,200 scrimmage yards, 2,300 scrimmage yards, and then just brutal, gets hurt and is bad anyway. He got hurt and was bad. I think he's probably better than Braylon Allen, really. Ollie Gordon. Yeah. Oliver Gordon feels a lot. Oh, damn. Did I miss on McCarthy? No, he's right there. All right, we've got McCarthy. Probably another running back here. Could be Braylon. Oh, is Pitts there? Oh, no, we got to take Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry. Bang. Hunter Henry with Drake May. We'll take two more rookie running backs. We've got Drake May, J.J. McCarthy, Breece Hall, Bucky Irving, Brian Robinson Jr., Ollie Gordon, Jamar Chase, Jordan Addison, George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, Emeka Egbuka, Keenan Allen, David Njoku, Colston Loveland, and Hunter Henry. This is a pretty good team. Pretty good team so far. No, I was there the same time as Jacob Pullen. Jacob Pullen's final year at college was my first year there. Basically, my dad and all his brothers went to Oklahoma, and I attempted to go to the University of Oklahoma, and I said, will you guys please give me some money to attend your school? And they said, sure, we'll give you, I think they said they'd give me like $3,000 a semester. And K-State said, we'll give you $17,000 a semester to come to my school. And also that is in-state tuition. Oklahoma was out-of-state tuition. And so I said, pretty easy choice. Also, I did an activity in college called forensics, which is competitive speaking. Why is that? Why did I do competitive speaking? And K-State has a very good nationally recognized competitive speech team, and Oklahoma's was much smaller and much less well-funded. So it was just a much better fit. But I did apply. I did really try and go. But Oklahoma didn't really want me. They did not value many such cases. I gotta just pound the big words. My plan is to do a war room next week as a pre-recorded video. So I'm gonna do a war room as a pre-record. So it'll just be a video, not a stream. Actually, you wouldn't think this, Andrew. My Oklahoma player bias is like much stronger. Like probably 2 to 3 times stronger than my Chiefs player bias, actually. So the competitive speech that I did, the 2 events I was really good at, were called extemporaneous speaking and impromptu speaking. Extemporaneous speaking, you go up to a table, you draw a slip. It has a question about current events on it. So it'd be like, what will be the economic impact in Canada of the United States implementing tariffs on blank product? and then you have 30 minutes to prepare with news sources, and then you give a 7-minute speech entirely from memory where you answer the question. And then impromptu speaking is an even simpler version of that. It's kind of like what Pete did with improv. Impromptu is you just get a quotation. So you get I go up to a table, I get a piece of paper, and it'll say something like, I don't know, the one that's on my head is, who's going to carry the boats or the logs? David Goggins. And that's all you get to go on. And you get 2 minutes to prepare. 2 minutes with the single quotation. And then you give a 5-minute speech entirely from memory based on that quotation. There are other events where you have prepared and memorized speeches, but I just was not as good at those. Mostly because I didn't work hard enough. Many such cases. I knew that I was smart enough and good enough at speaking to be good at those other events without practicing as hard. I was a national finalist in high school. I made the national finals of everyone in the country in impromptu speaking. Did Justin Fields go already? He did go. All right, I'm taking Kendre Miller again. All right, is Presser's boy Douglas here? All right, I'm doing this for you, bro. I think this is a terrible pick, but I did it for you, man. I took Demario Douglas for you. Yeah. So I made the national finals in high school, and I made the national semifinals my final year of college at Kansas State. But didn't make the finals, and I do legitimately still think about it like once a month. I'm like, fuck, man, if I would have just done, I remember my speech and everything. I remember the room. I remember how I felt. Yeah. So that is how I ended up here. That's how I ended up live streaming big board drafts to all of you guys. I am committed to the bit. I am committed to the bit. Who is my favorite Sooner ever? Who is my favorite Sooner ever? Honestly, my favorite Sooner ever is probably Josh Heupel. CD is close, but it's probably Josh Heupel. The premise of the speech was, I actually do not remember. It's kind of funny. It's been so long now. I actually forget the exact quote, but the premise of the speech was about objective reality. So I don't remember who the quote was, but the quote was about the objectivity versus subjectivity of reality. Crazy. You know what? Let me recalibrate my answer. This is my favorite Sooner ever. Sam Bradford is my favorite Sooner ever. Quentin Griffin, very close. Quentin Griffin, very, very close. Ooh, you're right. No overlay advertising day. I got a new one for you guys. Promo code ENDGAME gets you 10% off at Run the Sims. That is my new era on the channel. New era for me. New era for the Endgame. New era for Run the Sims. All NFL DFS stuff on this channel forever will be Run the Sims related. Run the Sims is free for the Super Bowl, and promo code ENDGAME, I believe that's a lifetime thing. So if you sign up for Run the Sims now with this promo code, you're gonna get that forever. Baker also, Ooh, man. But come on, man. Sam Bradford was incredible. How many of you guys have a Sam Bradford inbox mint? Sam Bradford. Can't be very many of those that exist in the world. I have never read George Saunders. A McFarlane. I don't know what that is. I bought this at a secondhand store in Oklahoma. It was still in the box. I think it was like $20. I was like, I need that, bro. George Saunders. Let me make a mental note of that, Chris. Yes, Sam Bradford, the reason for rookie contract caps. That's true. He was the last number 1 pick. To get the infinite contract, I believe. Hey man, he did your best. Ooh. Long-term player comp, floor and ceiling for Jalen McMillan. I haven't really thought about it. He doesn't really remind me of anyone when I watch him play. You know what I'm saying? Huh. I don't know. I really would have to think about that. I mean, he's kind of Godwin-y, right? Lockett? Oh, safety Roy Williams. Safety Roy Williams was awesome, Nick. Yeah, that's kind of what I think of, but I don't know if that's just pattern matching. All right. We have a 2.573. With Drake May and JJ McCarthy, you definitely need another quarterback. So we're going to take Dart. Milroe already went. This was a quarterback-heavy draft. We can take whatever running back we want in the final round. I'm going to take Jack Beck. Jack Beck has been getting rave reviews at the Senior Bowl. Jack Beck, Demario Douglas, Keenan Allen, Emeka Egbuka, Calvin Ridley, George Pickens, Jordan Addison, Jamar Chase. That is an adult wide receiver room. I have a new favorite 20th round click. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get sniped on it, but I do have a new favorite 20th round running back click right now. I think you can probably take Polk in round 20. Ryan Broyles was awesome too. What a gift it has been to root for this team. I'm not even mad about how terrible they are now. This Ryan Broyles season, this 2010 Ryan Broyles season, man, was unbelievable. This 2010 Oklahoma team. And Landry Jones was the quarterback. Kenny Stills, y'all remember him? DeMarco Murray, Broyles, Murray, Stills, Trey Franks was awesome. James Hanna, he was a Cowboy. Masas Madu, man, what a time that was. What a time. That was a very fun team. I do like Beshel too. My opinion is that DJ Moore is going to be Ben Johnson's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Rome is really strong outside, I think. Ooh, Gadsden was gassed up by Mel Kiper today. Okay. Look, we just need Gadsden to be a day 2 pick. If Gadsden, Fannin, Mason Taylor, we just cannot have these guys sliding to the 5th round. That's all that we got to avoid. All right. Who's going to snap me off on my favorite 20th round running back? Yeah, but I wonder who Keenan is going to play for is the issue. And I mean, I took him on this team, but it feels like Keenan is most likely What even is his cap situation? What's his over the cap? He's not even due any money, right? Is he? Yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent. So he's an unrestricted free agent, which I gotta be honest, did not realize until this minute right now. All right, well, Josh ruined it for everyone. He took my favorite 20th round running back. He took LaQuint Allen Jr. I could see every, like, who is a team that would not want Keenan Allen on their team? Like a good team? Like, I was thinking like the Texans could use him. The Chiefs could use him. The Broncos could use him. The Steelers could really use him. The Commanders could really use him. The Cowboys could use him. The Falcons, the Panthers. The Panthers are probably just going to run Keenan. What about the Rams? I mean, certainly the Chargers, yeah. What about the Rams? If the Rams let Cooper Kupp go? Only Chargers or Bears. Well, I would definitely prefer, for fantasy, I'd prefer him on the Bears. Yeah, most NFL teams could use a Keenan Allen. That's just true. One of the LA teams, they probably just need speed, though. Well, if he's a Dolphins as a wide receiver 3, that means he's going to retire, Chad. So do you want that? He's gonna go the way of Odell Beckham if he signs with the Dolphins. All right, so LaQuint got taken. Breece, Bucky, Brian Robinson, Ollie Gordon, Kendre Miller. What level of production? I guess this is probably a Brashard Smith team. All right. We'll do Brashard Smith, another one of the guys who's really strong at the Senior Bowl. Done. We did it. That was a pretty good team. Let me refresh this page and label it. Friday, January 31st. I did see this. That Travion Henderson might be. We'll name this 131 May Douglas stack. For the audio listeners, Drake May, JJ McCarthy, Jackson Dart. That's a real Spider-Man pointing quarterback room. Breece Hall, Bucky Irving, Brian Robinson Jr., Ollie Gordon, Kendre Miller, Brashard Smith, Jamar Chase, Jordan Addison, George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, Emeka Egbuka, Keenan Allen, Demario Douglas, Jack Beck, David Njoku, Colston Loveland, and Hunter Henry. Bada bing, bada boom. Big board number 14. Time waits for no man, including me. We got that one done quick. Draft 14 of 150. The 110. Don't love it. Demario Douglas ass team. That's true. Oh. I don't love picking these turn teams. I have to drop my puppy off to a sitter's for the first time this weekend. Kind of anxious about it. I know she's going to be really bad. So I hope they're ready for it. How many are you doing a day? I need to average like 3 a day, but I'm not going to do, like, I'm traveling the next couple days. So I'm not going to be doing any Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to try when I get back from my flight on Monday to stream. But we'll see. We'll see about that. Some days I'm just gonna have to do more. Like I'm gonna have to do. There's gonna have to be a day where I stream for like 10 hours. I don't think so. I do not think that the fill rate will slow to a crawl after the Super Bowl. I think there are too many disgusting degens out there. We're all trying to find the guy who did this, as he does a 3-hour big board draft stream on Friday morning. I think I'm gonna have to, Mac Nova. I think I'm gonna have to do more than one at a time. And I know it sucks for you guys. It's not optimal viewing, but I don't see any other way. Really. How am I gonna get all these done doing one at a time? It just seems like impossible. But maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try and make the best content possible, because I also like for these to be able to be passable on a rewatch. Like for this to be, viewable if someone is bored on Sunday morning. Well, here's the deal, man. Chris, for me, I'm working right now. I'm on the clock. I'm taking Brian Thomas Jr. I need to change that in my ranks. I think Brian Thomas Jr. I like more than Neighbors. I hope so. I have 2 videos. So the Saturday video is my favorite rookies in the big board, and then the Sunday video is Super Bowl showdown. Yeah, I think this is correct. I think you start the second draft once you get like round 15, 16. It is always fun to draft fantasy football teams. I wouldn't do this if I didn't like it. This to me is so preferable, to working at State Farm. Fuck. That's who I wanted. I wanted Jeanty. All right. It's the first time I've taken McCaffrey yet. I honestly don't love taking him. But he is going to be a lighter portion of my profile because I have Jeanty over him. Yeah, I did it for Pressers Radio, Andrew. I did it for Pressure. One of the new members on the channel. He really likes Demario Douglas. I did it for him. I'm not gonna max the dinger, but I will. I don't know. I'll probably do like 50 or something in the dinger. I really like just the concept of Major League Baseball DFS. I gotta pee real quick. Too much coffee. MLB Eliminator. Yeah, I think Worthy is a better pick than Rice. I don't believe the DraftKings has anything. I don't think. I just this year I'm gonna try and stream even more. So if you look at my streams from last year, I was only streaming like twice a week. So I was streaming 2-3 times a week. So I had a lot of time to do DraftKings, but I think I'm basically going to try to stream every day when Best Ball starts, like when Best Ball Mania comes out, because I'm going to stream all 150 of my Best Ball Manias as well. But, I want to stream puppies and goldens and all those things. Yeah, I am going to get burnt out, but it is what it is, man. If I want to get to where I want to go, I just got to work harder because I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind all the other big YouTube creators. Like Ron Stewart has 58,000 subscribers. So to even get in that stratosphere, look how many views his lives get. I mean, he kills it. Ron absolutely kills it. But the only way for me to get in that stratosphere is to jam. You know what? I'm ready to enter into the Xavier Worthy era. Xavier Worthy at 34. People are saying it more and more. Yeah, Ron is the best, dude. Ron is more for I don't want to say normies, but Ron has just much more appeal to the average person than my videos do, which is something I have to work on. Fuck, I was gonna take Marvin Harrison. Let's do Devonta here. Yeah. Yep, we'll do Devonta, McCaffrey, Worthy, Brian Thomas Jr., Devonta Smith. Pretty strong. A gym stream and draft between sets. I have thought about doing. The thing is this just requires so much more effort doing vlogs. No, the schedule doesn't come out for a while. The schedule doesn't come out until the week after the NFL draft. No, I don't, because shorts are, you wouldn't think of it, shorts are pretty good. Shorts are kind of hard to make and they take a lot of time. Yeah, basically you got to get outside of the best ball sphere. You got to get out. Yeah, I'll probably have 0 of these guys, of Josh Allen, Lamar, Jane Daniels, and Burrow. I just don't. I mean, this team right here is terrible. Josh Allen, Brock Bowers, Lamar Jackson, Mike Evans. But how do you? I just don't think you can justify it. These are. They're just brutal. It's more about it's an editor, a video editor that would be needed. Well, if they were reasonably priced, I would love to take them. But look how much worse this guy's team is going to be. Like, this guy right here, best case scenario, his wide receiver 2 is going to be Jerry Jeudy, maybe. No, you're still drawn pretty live. I think you can look at how fantasy football works every year, and the quarterbacks have okayed. I mean, for example, last year, Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts smashed, and they just didn't matter. They were irrelevant in the fantasy football playoffs. And they weren't even great advance rate guys either. Like Josh Allen had one of the greatest seasons you could have as a quarterback. And he had a, let's see, I'm going to guess 24%. 18% advance rate for Josh Allen. So you were so smart to take Josh Allen, and he just didn't matter. So I would rather take players that when they have really good seasons, they matter. But anyone, you know, let's go to Jalen Hurts, who was only tied to good players. Jalen Hurts was only tied to good players. 19.5%. That's just not the way. And these guys are more expensive now. You know, Joe Burrow in round 4. How do you win? How does that help you win? AJ Brown's advance rate, 12.8%. So are you arguing that you want to build bad teams that are uncorrelated because you want to pay up for expensive quarterbacks? You want to build uncorrelated parlay teams with expensive quarterbacks, but don't get... Yeah. Burrow led the league in all passing categories and was cheap. You don't win, in my opinion, you don't win by buying the top on the passing only quarterbacks, I think. I don't know, man. What do I know? I had like the worst advance rate in the pool last year. So what do I know? Well, I already doubled down with one old guy, so let's just take another old guy. Let's just go all the way against type. Name an older running back room. Name a dustier running back room than Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara. I defy you. Burrow's like a 8th, 9th round pick last year? Something like that. Quarterback 8, if I remember correctly. Well, it's going to be a lot harder to get Burrow there this year than last year. All right, we need some youth here, brothers. I guess the wide receiver room is pretty young. Let's take Caleb Johnson with these guys. Let's invigorate ourselves. Yeah, Burrow would fall a lot. Yeah, this team has a lot of Kareem Hunt vibes. Oh, NBA went bad because I had a bunch of Jokic. Oh, that was 2 days ago. I did one NBA team yesterday, and I don't think it cashed. I did one. Let's look. How did my NBA team do yesterday? NBA main slate did not cash the crossover. I did have Ant last night, but I took Jaden McDaniels with my final pick. Yeah, the double stack is so expensive now. Yeah, and if T doesn't re-sign, and I'm always willing to adjust. I'm backing off Rice a little bit, and I'll be honest with you, the reason why I backed off of Rice, I'm normally not this easily influenced. I don't know, maybe that's not true. Maybe I am very easily influenced, but Hayden Winks had a tweet about Rashi the other day, and I basically just bought it hook, line, and sinker. Let me go pull it up here. It's this tweet right here. Unfortunately, believe the Rashi Rice injury is more severe than this rare knee injury. Sam, our boy, says even if it's a 12-month recovery, that still allows him to return to the field early in the season. You think it could be worse than 12 months? Is there precedent for that? Hayden says, let's say it's week 4. Then he's suspended 4 games afterward. We're looking at mid-season, and I'm not sure if he'll be himself. Just my opinion. Upside for a lot more is there. I believe he has to be removed from IR before his suspension take place. I don't think he can double dip, if you will. Third in Dynasty says he had a PCL repair. As long as Rice doesn't decide to start holding in reverse all the time, he will be fine. Yeah, I don't know. If they announce an official suspension, his ADP will drop to 70. Better to be patient. Yeah. It sounds like basically the Los Angeles court system where Addison got his DUI is just really slow. My answer to drafting Rice is I'm not really doing it at cost right now. I prefer Worthy by a lot is where I'm at right now. We got a round 7 Travis Hunter. Someone believes. Someone believes in Travis. Dread Pirate Roberts. Jeff Mueller does believe he may be efficiency hampered for a good chunk of 2025, but volume and role could help dampen that. Suspension risk is bigger concern on top. I don't think I made very many correct predictions, brother. I think maybe you're thinking of someone else. It would be stunning if I did make a lot of correct assumptions given how bad my actual season went. I think a very real chance. I actually think Kelsey is more likely to retire if they lose. Weirdly. I think it's so hard for these guys to go out as champions. You know, how if you're Travis Kelsey, and you just won your 3rd Super Bowl in a row, you have the best quarterback ever, you have probably the best coach ever. How do you look at that and go, I'm done? I think it's too hard if they win. That's just my opinion, though. A bigger board last night where 2 separate drafters started with 10 straight Chiefs and 10 straight Eagles. Well, hope Numi doesn't cancel on you. I don't think Noah Gray is a smash right now. I think the most likely scenario would be them signing or drafting a tight end. All right, we are way behind at wide receiver here with Thomas, Worthy, and Devonta. So we are going to take Jalen McMillan, and I'm probably going to take Matthew Golden with our next pick. We need some youth on this team. That is not how these guys are built. That's just not how these guys are built, man. It's very hard for someone who has done what Travis Kelsey has done to call it quits. Yeah, they like Noah Gray. Noah Gray is going to be on the team, but Noah Gray is not really a receiving tight end. You know, he is he's good in the role they use him at. He tore his ACL. Jared Wiley tore his ACL very early on in the season. I've not gotten an email of any of these getting tossed yet. He is gobbling up the quarterbacks, though. He did take Baker Mayfield, who I needed. Maybe this guy's just trying to execute the maybe he's trying to execute the hit him with the gritty strategy. All right, all our quarterbacks are gone. Downs or Golden? Downs or Golden? We'll do Downs. Balance that range a little bit. Yeah, Jared Wiley. I just don't think Noah Gray's that good of a pick. I think you kind of got the ceiling game. No, maybe if we have time at the very end, Mathology, I'll do a dog poll. I've not looked at anything yet. I don't know who's questionable. I don't know who's in. I don't know who's out. Oh, that's a good question. Who is the worst rookie ADP right now? I don't have a great answer for that. Honestly, it could certainly be Scattaboo. Could be Scattaboo. Could be Woody Marks. I don't get the Woody Marks at all. Well, yeah. I think it's probably Woody Marks. I think Woody Marks is the same as the guys who are undrafted. I think Woody Marks is like a worse pick than like Damian Martinez or LaQuint Allen, who go in the 20th round every time. Oh, Luke Lachey, he's cheap, but yeah, I wouldn't be taking him. New Memby. Thank you, Mark. Come and hang out with us in the Discord. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. The memberships in the super chats. There you go. Tyler gifted a Memby. Someone's carrying some boats and some logs. There's not. I maybe I'm a little bit lighter on the Raiders because I don't know who their quarterback is going to be. But I guess I'm not lighter on Bowers. The Ludwig withdrew, huh? I have not set my showdown lineups yet, I don't think. So thank you. Or did I already? No, I did. Never mind. We're good. I think Travis Hunter is fine. Not where he went in this, but Travis Hunter where he's generally going, I think is fine. Travis Hunter at, round 11 or 12. Can you really be that mad about it? I don't think so. I think he still has a lot of value. I think McMillan is still a very good pick. I don't even know. What are some of your hobbies and interests during NFL offseason? Well, there is really no offseason for me. But my hobbies are lifting weights and skateboarding and golfing. Those are really the only things I do outside of drafting fantasy football teams. But I would encourage you to start lifting weights. That would be my advice to you. You should get a gym membership at a Planet Fitness or an Anytime Fitness or a club 24/7 fitness and start lifting weights. Skateboarding past age 30. I mean, I'm obviously not as good as I used to be, but it does make me feel great. I went, it was finally sunny enough to go last week, and it was awesome. I felt great. Felt young. Oh, I loved Balloonerism. Balloonerism was fantastic. I'd heard a bunch of the songs. Okay, so the quarterbacks are just like falling off the board here, but I can't pass on Golden here. So gonna have to go late there. Kettlebells are great. You can use them to stabilize your shoulders. You can get a great leg workout. But I would encourage you, if you don't lift weights now, start lifting weights. The best day to start was yesterday. The next best day to start is today. It'll be a decision that will change your life for the better. It'll extend your life by years. It'll extend your health span by years. You will feel drastically rewarded by doing that. You should do both, man. I do some kettlebell stuff. My shoulders are really wonky, but that's what I do kettlebells for. My man drained the whole clock. All right, I'm gonna do something a bit strange here. It's probably not that weird actually, but I'm just gonna reach on Trevor Lawrence to get my stack. I got Lawrence, Brian Thomas Jr. This room is gobbling up the quarterbacks. We had the Jaden Daniels drafter took Mahomes, and then this guy took 4 quarterbacks, so didn't want to be left there. Yeah, Sam Sulek, you'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot from him. Yeah, full clockers. You hate to see it. Oh yeah, I do this all the time. Dead hangs. You just grab onto the jungle gym bar or whatever. Hold on. I'm probably out on Coker. He feels pretty live to get replaced. It's true. I think Bateman's probably a bit too cheap. I can see that. Inner excellence. Did people enjoy it? I was maybe gonna read it, and then like by the time I thought about ordering it, the hype was already over. But shout out to that guy. That guy, it changed his life. Yeah, Naked May is fine. Fields is fine. Dart is obviously fine. There are ways out of it. Where I'm gonna really be behind is at tight end. This could maybe even be this could possibly even be a 4 tight end team actually, because I'm probably only gonna take 5 running backs. Yeah, the quarterback situation is there's always someone who just like doesn't get the general concept. It feels like kind of interesting, little Wild West action in these rooms. Can't be that mad about it. But I am fading a lot of guys who are about to start taking their second quarterbacks, so I needed to take Trevor Lawrence there. Well, I'm Andrew. I'm concerned my guy Taysom Hill doesn't play this year, or his ACL in week 16. Too cold to golf. Can only do DK best ball. Workout in the mornings. Need a solid show to binge. You ever watch Batman the Animated Series? Really enjoy Batman the Animated Series. That's one I would encourage you to check out if you haven't. I really enjoy that. Is CJ Stroud one of the best picks? I just don't have a sense of what CJ Stroud's wide receiver room will look like, because Tank Dell's not going to play. Diggs will be back like week 6 from the ACL. Yeah, I have not watched this, but people say it's incredible. I think Juwan Johnson's contract is up, I believe. Juwan Johnson, Spotrac. I believe, yeah, Juwan Johnson is an unrestricted free agent. So I don't know if he's going to be back. I heard this was good. I heard American Primeval was good. So I do not subscribe to this school of thought because I like to make my body do hard shit, and hanging is hard. Shameless is very good. Tyler wants to do a full gym best ball stream. Can leave draft board up on the PC, but I need a producer for comments. I mean, I feel like you probably can't do StreamYard for this. You'd maybe need to do Streamlabs or something like that. I know if you use Twitch, there's an easier way to do it on mobile, Tyler, so that might work for you. Yeah, this is a good hang with your shoulder muscles, not the tendons. All right. This team needs Evan Ingram. We needed a tight end. What are we looking at quarterback wise? Richardson's still there. I think I'm probably going to take Richardson with this pick. The guy has already taken 5 quarterbacks. So no, it's not. It's you're not pulling yourself up. You're truly just grabbing onto the bar, removing whatever is underneath your feet, and just hanging with your muscles. Why are you doing this, bro? What do you need Richardson for? Oh, you took Pittman. Well, all's fair in love and war. All right, I'm really getting thin at quarterback then. We're looking at I got no stacks. I guess this is a Fields-ass team. Honestly, I don't even really watch shows though. I just watch YouTube. Which God, it's freaking tilting. And I don't even get Devin. Oh, I do get Devin Neal. All right, never mind. We got Devin Neal. Yeah, this could easily be a 4 tight end team. Could be Milrow, probably Dart though. It's true. Hard to think of a quarterback, wide receiver, less stat correlated in those two. Yeah, especially because Evan Ingram is like a legit cut candidate, so it just might not even be a Jaguar. I mean, think about all the. I need to. Okay, number one mental note to myself: I got to move Hollywood way up in my rankings. Is no stacking the likely progression of best ball after an entire season of DFS Sims telling us not to sack? Well, you still do want correlation when the field is giving it to you. And the thing that also happens in best ball that doesn't happen in one slate is their season-long correlation. So like the Buccaneers, for example, last season, like the Mike Evans, Godwin, Baker, Bucky, Cade Otton, like you just got the correlation that they all smashed their ADPs. Like they were just all good picks. The offense was much better than expected. And you actually would have even gotten some week 17 correlation boosted from the Panthers guys, from Hubbard, Thielen, not Jonathan Brooks. Even Bryce Young, honestly. Yeah, stacking will definitely matter, I think. I think they probably just run back Rattler as their backup quarterback. The Saints have so many needs. So many needs. It's hard. I don't know. I mean, I guess quarterback is always a need for every team. I think the thing about Dart going to New Orleans is I feel like we are, I don't know, it feels like to me he's going to go earlier than they could pick him. I like Juwan Jennings the most right now. Open to changing my mind. I think the running back 2 behind CMC is probably a rookie. Probably we see a rookie running back be the running back 2 behind CMC. I agree that you do the week 17 bringbacks. They certainly got overstated, but in a season long, the correlation of just having, because the other thing is the spike weeks hit your lineup at the same time. So if you have Baker Mayfield and Jalen McMillan, and you also have Bryce Young and Jalen Coker, the weeks that they hit are going to hit your lineups at the same time. so you get a better distribution of points. What's the best content path for people who aren't entertaining? That is a great question. It's so funny because I don't have any technical skills. I don't know any math. I don't know Excel. I don't know programming. I don't know how to make models. I don't know anything. So my only ability to do content is to be entertaining. I don't offer anything else. If I wasn't entertaining, I would try and be the best computer programmer possible. And I try and make models or I try and do like Sims. Or I mean, if you just get really good at the games, like if you just get really good at a given game, I'm taking Justin Fields here. I'm dead for ceiling at quarterback. Or you could be an editor. Learn about video. If you really like content and you want to get into it, I would learn about being a video editor. And then reach out to someone who you think is entertaining and start working for a cheap rate. And then a thing that I know that some people do for huge YouTubers and streamers is they do the editing work, the YouTube shorts, the TikToks, the Reels. They do it all for free, but they get a share of the advertising revenue. They get a share of the AdSense. New Memby. 1 second. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Whew, tight end, getting thin here. Probably going to take Pat Fryermuth for the first time. I can't afford an editor, brother. First Pat Fryermuth sharing the big board. Here, I will literally show you guys what I make on YouTube. And you can tell me if you think I can afford an editor. YouTube Studio, earn. This is what I make off of YouTube. Where's the here? This is what I've made in the last 28 days on YouTube. $1,393.09 in the last 28 days. Which is not nothing, you know. Certainly not nothing, but not enough to afford an editor. Editors are going to be like really low end, maybe $100 a video, but probably more. And then you want them to do, you're going to want YouTube Shorts. You're going to want all that stuff. No, it's more than this. It's more than this. I've looked into it. I've talked to guys, yes, that's ad revenues and memberships. So that's super chats, AdSense, memberships, everything. I mean, I obviously have advertisements turned on. It's just I did do some research and reading that apparently what advertisers pay is at its lowest amount in January. You can't do it on mobile. We learned this. You can't gift memberships on mobile, I think. Right? Isn't that what we learned on the Swolecast? That you can't gift memberships on mobile. Or it's like really annoying to do. I think it's even hard to sign up for YouTube. I do really like Braylon Allen still, surprising no one. Yeah, CPM low after the holidays, what they say. So a good time for me to be streaming 3 hours a day, am I right? I have a gambler who, or I have a gambler. I know an editor who has a gambling problem. I think we are going to start trying to do some edited videos on this channel just to bring in a new audience who's not super woke to best ball content and they just want some normal fantasy football content. That is my plan. We'll see. Got to feed the algo. And I'm feeding it. The algo's got to be sick of me. They got to be like, all this Davis flavored bullshit. Isn't there something else? Can I get something else with a slightly different flavor? And the answer is no. Although I did start giving the algorithm much better thumbnails. There is always an angle. Beatman. There's always an angle that is not completely saturated. It's always an angle. Imagine not clicking a simple thumb to support your local streamer. I got it. This is on my roadmap. Merch store is on my roadmap. Actually, and another thing is to have it easier to click. Like just to like be able to like buy my rankings. Have that as an easier click. I actually have it on in the store for anyone who's wanting to draft in the big board. It's true. Best ball also does have a lot of room to grow, in my opinion. I do agree with that. All right, this is definitely a Jackson Dart ass team. We do need a wide receiver. We need another tight end for sure. Is there a tight end that lines up with any of the quarterbacks who remain? Not really. Yeah, this is a Jackson Dart ass team. Yes, you can gift memberships on YouTube Mobile. However, the membership gifting feature is currently limited to desktop usage, and YouTube is still. So you have to go to Safari on your phone. Okay. I need one more wide receiver at least. No one who really lines up with my quarterbacks. Need a running back too. Tight end's probably more important. Let's take Zach Ertz. Evan Ingram, Pat Freiermuth, Zach Ertz. That's how you win the big board, folks. I think Beck could be a pretty big riser. No underdog merch purchasable that I know, but I do like that shirt. That's a good idea. Got that dog in him. Pretty interesting. All right, I'm going to make this next pick, this round 16 pick, and then I'm going to go open another draft. Wow. Mark Wolf. They were saying more and more that Mark Wolf is gifting 5 Davis Mattek memberships. So he's a good man. Wow, you know it's real when they get the laptop out. You know it's real. All right. We need another running back. I mean, Braylon Allen's a pretty good fit here. Braylon Allen, good fit. Yeah, we did do a film watching stream, brother. And you know what happened? It got demonetized. Corain and I, let's see here. 3 weeks ago. Want it. There it is. Crane and I film watching all the prospects. Quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. We're all there. It's true. Should have watched more Ollie, should have watched more Neil. That's always, I mean, that's just good advice for a living. All right. Yes. No, the NFL and the NCAA do not mess around with copyrights. It is the immediate ban hammer. Immediate ban hammer. And this is the oldest running back room of all time. CMC and Kamara. What am I doing out here, brother? Who have I become? Am I a dusty old drafter now? Yeah. Well, I mean, at least they didn't delete the video. right? At least they didn't delete it. They didn't take it away, but they did say no more of that. Tough scenes. I don't think Tracy definitely loses his job, but I think it is very likely that he is being overdrafted relative to what his role could be. I think he is one of the guys who could be replaced. You know, he's a round 5 pick. It's just so easy for those guys to get replaced in the NFL draft or in free agency. I mean, what if they, you know, what if they sign Najee Harris? What if they sign Aaron Jones? You know, that stuff is so possible. We always think it's not possible, and then it happens. You know, that's what really gets me. Oh, Kenneth Walker smashes as a rookie. Zach Charbonnet, 2nd round. You know, these teams, they really can't help themselves. I am having a crazy hard time opening Underdog in another tab. They just are the location error, man. It tilts the shit out of me. Well, I would love him as a handcuff priced player. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's like $20-$30 or something on that video. Maybe I'll try this one next time. I already drafted too many rookies on this one. But I like the idea of themed drafts. We could do that could be a thing. We could start doing someone does a super chat, and then their super chat is the theme for the draft. Yes. Some of them are guaranteed to be wrong. That's a great point. Yeah, some of them are guaranteed to be wrong one way or the other. Who is the oldest rookie in the class? It might be like Savion Williams or something. You're not alone. You're not alone on jumping the shark on the rookies. Many such cases. I don't know. I'd have to pull up one of the databases. It could be one of the quarterbacks. Could be like Will Howard or something. Will Howard could be like secretly 1 billion years old. Well, I was going to start another draft earlier, but I literally can't get it to register for me on the next tab. I just keep getting this error. So we'll see if it ever lets me in. Could definitely. Yeah, it's probably a Utah or BYU guy. That is probably the case. All right, we're back up. We do need another quarterback. Say the line, Bart. We're taking Jackson Dart with our Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields room. Definitely need some more wide receiver ammo. I like DJ Giddens. I do like DJ Giddens a little bit more than the field. He was a workhorse, man. There are a lot of workhorses in this class, so that is going to make him, I think he's going to be a day 3 pick. All right, Gabe Davis, come on down, brother. Say the line, Dart. That's a good bit. Try Google, and then maybe that will get me in. That is my current plan. I mean, it's crazy. I'm literally drafting on the other tab, and it won't let me in. Maybe if I do this, will it let me in? There we go. That's what I thought. Oh, but now it's not going to work in the other tab. Oh, favorite skate video of all time? Yeah, right. Yeah, favorite skate video of all time? Yeah, right. Not close. That was a foundational experience for me, brother. Probably have seen that skate video 500 times, maybe more. Okay, I did finally get it up. So when we're gonna be back with the 112 here very soon, and we're gonna keep it grinding. Let me make a timestamp note of that. What is this? Draft 15. This one took forever. Ooh, that's a good one. I enjoyed the Black Label stuff, but nothing is close to Yeah Right. Just one of my favorite. Yeah, girl skateboards. Absolutely unbelievable. Well, also he's really high in the ETR rankings. I've actually had a couple. I've had a couple skate parts put out. The two that were complete was what's that Immortal Technique song? Freedom of Speech by Immortal Technique, and A Moment for Jazz by Mac Miller are the two songs that I skateboarded to. I think Gabe Davis is gonna play. I hope so. I don't. His was not a torn ACL, right? Oh, it was a torn meniscus. All right, so can we get a Gabe Davis Google News past month Gabe Davis injury? Gabe Davis injury Jaguars. I'm not seeing anything, so maybe I should stop taking him. Torn meniscus. How long does a torn meniscus take? Joel Embiid tore his meniscus and came back for the playoffs. Yeah, pretty on brand. I am who I am. Trevor Etienne, not my running back 5, but I can see it. You know, he's shifty. Has the Nepo baby brand going for him. You know, we know the NFL loves their Nepo babies. I can see it. 6 months. All right, so he's fine. So I can just keep taking Gabe Davis with Trevor Lawrence with reckless abandon. I do need another wide receiver on this team. Probably have to stop at 5 running backs though. No, Jaden Higgins is good. I like Jaden Higgins a lot. Jaden Higgins would have been a good pick on this team, actually. Where am I at a what? I could probably afford to take another Jack Beck on this team. Jack Beck. And then let's tab on over. We're picking at the turn here. I'm taking Jeanty. I'm taking Jeanty and Achane. I mean, that is a slap running back room if I've ever seen one. And we'll tab back over to the other side. And is my boy LeQuint here? My boy LeQuint is here. So with our final pick in this draft, we are going to take LeQuint Allen. So that team, to wrap up, to recap, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Jackson Dart, quarterbacks. Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Caleb Johnson, Devin Neal, Braylon Allen, LeQuint Allen Jr., running backs. Brian Thomas Jr., Xavier Worthy, Devonta Smith, Jalen McMillan, Josh Downs, Matthew Golden, Gabe Davis, and Jack Beck, with a tight end room of Evan Ingram, Pat Freiermuth, and Zach Ertz. We did it. It's done. We accomplished it. We can tab back over here. Jahmyr Gibbs fell to 6 here. Justin Jefferson after CD and Nico. I started Jeanty and Achane on the turn. That is a hot start, man. Jeanty and Achane, man. You love to see it. I'm a running back drafter now, bro. I said this was going to happen. When I started watching Jeanty at Boise State, I was like, he's going to turn me into a running back drafter. Dance with the Devil is a crazy song. Best late round wide receivers. Jaden Higgins, for sure. Dontavian Wicks, Savion Williams, A.D. Mitchell, Jordan Whittington, Hollywood Brown is awesome. Elijah Moore, round 20, I like. Gabe Davis, I do like. Demario Douglas, whatever. Jack Beck, Tay Felton, Ricky White. Ricky White is a super sleeper. Yeah, I think Lad's ADP will fall a bit. I mean, all you have to do to figure out what's going to happen to ADP is say, where does Establish the Run have these guys ranked? Because they are the market drivers. Our friends over at ETR, they drive the market, and we love to see that for them. Dontavian Wicks. No, I think if anything, CMC's brother probably has a little smaller of a role. There aren't 36 starting quarterbacks, and there are not 24 or 36. Yeah, no, that's honestly a great point. It's a great point. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got some clips in Kansas City. What local videos? Because I've probably seen all of them. Maybe not all of them, but probably. I like Jalen Noel too. It's easy to like all these rookies yet because they haven't disappointed us. So easy to love the rookie wide receivers and running backs right now. Yep, I'm trying to remain liquid. I'm trying to be like water. Trying to be a little bit less stiff in my constructions and my player takes this season. Did not enjoy having the worst advance rate in the field in Best Ball Mania last year. That was not very fun for me. Chase Brown, by the way, now at this price point, I'm starting to get back in. 2-3 turn, a little bit less, but like after Brees, after Cook, I'm starting to be more in to Mr. Brown. I think Kyron is okay here. Oh, dude, T3, one of my favorite videos of all time. You know what? So we need wide receivers. Let's do Marvin Harrison and Xavier Worthy. Beautiful. Yeah, T3. I probably watched T3 900 times. Truly. I might have the DVD. The T3 DVD is probably somewhere in my house right now, I would guess. And in fact, it almost assuredly is in my house somewhere. Small world, man. Small world. Go Chiefs, brother. Nick Nash, we do like Nick Nash. Although Nick Nash is probably trending towards being a round 7 pick if he gets picked at all. But I do like him. I do like him a good bit. All right. Ashton Jeanty, Devin Achane, Marvin Harrison, and Xavier Worthy. That's a good start. Is that a slappy start? Probably. FFB Wizard, he had the crazy advance rate last year in Best Ball Mania. Advanced like 86 of his teams or something. Yeah, Ricky White blocked 4 punts last year. Chuck Cheese. He led college football with 4 blocked punts. Isn't that crazy? I bet Marvin Harrison rises. I bet Marvin Harrison Jr. rises. I bet he ends up being closer to a 2-3 turn pick. Yeah, people are saying Ricky White will be active on Sundays for special teams. Yeah, I agree. Kyler seems cheap, but he's one of those guys who often goes ahead of ADP. So like this team right here, drafting out of the 101, I just feel like you give up so much taking Josh Allen there. You're taking Josh Allen over both the Jets guys, over T, over DJ Moore, even over Cook. It just feels crazy. But whenever we get, the charts and graphs going on ADP chasing, which maybe we won't, Kyler is going to be a big riser. Kyler is going to end up in the 90s, maybe even before the 90s. Actually, I honestly don't know. I don't have them. Oh, the one-hole drafter then takes Joe Burrow. I liked James Cook as a prospect. Yeah. I didn't think he'd ever score 18 touchdowns in a season or whatever, but I did like him. I hope BBM6 takes out money for making the playoffs. Maybe give the first spot in the pod $50, second nothing. I could see it. Kyler at 111. I assume the number one thing that Drew Petzing will do will have Marvin Harrison Jr. play a role that he can excel at. That feels like the number one thing that he can improve. God, this turn spot is brutal. I don't want to take another running back. So let's take Godwin and Burden. That'll give us a little bit of our upside there. We got our olds. We got our old and Godwin. Burden is our young guy there. What do you mean NFCs? The NFC postseason challenge, the NFC Fantasy Football Championship, the prime times. If there's a fantasy football format that exists, you can probably guess that I play it, or have played it, or will play it. That is my game, brother. Liam just posted his rankings on the site with his yeah. Here, I'll show you, since I have nowhere else to brag about this. I have a team that's pretty live to win the NFC postseason challenge. I forgot to set my lineup in this one last week. Let's just do it here before I forget. Yeah. Left in all these eliminated guys. So on that one, so that's not great. But this team is in 29th. Only has the 1x quarterback multipliers, but 4x Barkley, 4x Kelsey, 3x Worthy, 3x Eagles defense. This team, I think, is relatively live. Maybe not super live, but you can see it. You can squint and see it. A Xavier Worthy rushing touchdown. How about a Travis Kelce you're from Wichita. Do you know Rick Dunwoody? And what was the little guy's name? The short guy. He was such a ripper. Josiah. little kid. He started out ripping like super young. He was like super short. He was like as short as me, I remember. Michael Keck. I used to skate with all those guys when I was in high school. Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to skate with those guys all the time, man. Rick, if you asked, yeah, they probably wouldn't remember me. Rick would remember me, but the other guys probably wouldn't remember me. But Rick and I skated together a lot. He would remember me. Look, Ryan, I would take winning the NFC Conference Championship, or the NFC Playoff Challenge if the Eagles win. Mason, I'm laughably short, brother. I am an actual short king. Tutu Atwell is significantly taller than me. It is what it is, bro. You can't hide. Can't hide from who you are. Cleveland is going to take Cam Ward at quarterback, I think. Well, Mr. White E60, he said, all right, I got Allen, so I need to get Burrow. Now I got to get Mahomes. He's killing it. As in Judkins and Henderson or Igbuka. If Travion Henderson goes to the Chiefs, there's not going to be an amount of there's no cold water that can stop him from going to the third round. My brother is pretty tall, so it probably was that I was doing drugs and smoking cigarettes too young. My sisters are short though. My dad is not like tall. My dad's probably 5'8". But so it's probably a combo of things why I'm short. Who could say? You know, I'm not a scientist, bro. I just need to get the Gattaca leg lengthening surgery. This could be a spot to take Hawkinson. I honestly don't love it though. I would like to get actually probably another running back and wide receiver. I think we do. This is probably a good team for Jalen Warren. We'll just slap it up with Jalen Warren. What are our quarterbacks looking like? We got Kyler. We got Baker. We got unknown. I'm going to take Downs again and hope that no one snaps me off on Richardson and see what we get coming back around. No, I was not a picky eater. Well, I was until I was like 9 or 10. And then so maybe that's why. I don't think I was a picky eater. I just didn't really like to eat. Yeah, who knows? It's truly a lottery. Oh, Tony Hawkwood. Rodney Mullen is too obsessed with skateboarding. Tony Hawk is a genius businessman. Analytical mind. It does exist. It is true. People say they get it. You'd think Short King helps with bench, but my bench is my worst compound lift because my form is so bad. My best compound lift is squat. You know, I'm a Short King with tree trunk legs. And I'm a pretty good deadlift for my size as well. No, the real answer for the skateboarder who would draft the best ball team is Eric Costin. Wow. All right, I'm gonna watch this later. And I'm gonna remember this, Errol. This is how I got into fitness, Lil Dodger 24. This is literally how I found out about all this shit. about lifting weights and vitamin D supplements and studies and creatine and all this is Andrew Huberman appeared on a short podcast with a professional skateboarder named Carl Watson, who's not even really a professional skateboarder anymore. He's he's like a business owner now. This was even before he was on the 9 Club. This is before that. And it's before the Huberman Lab podcast was big. Like, it was big, but it was not huge. And I started listening to it, and I was like, I love this shit. I love Andrew Huberman. I love all this stuff. And started following all of his protocols and taking magnesium and the blue light blocking glasses and sunlight in the eyes and all that stuff. So yeah, without skateboarding, I never would have started lifting weights or doing any of this stuff, really. Because originally, the reason why I wanted to start getting into it was so that I could keep skateboarding and keep golfing. I just wanted to be in better shape to golf and to skateboard. Huberman would definitely say that my office setup and my working setup is super non-optimal. He would tell me I need to work fewer hours, get more sunlight in my office, all that stuff. Rusty, it depends on who you ask. A lot of people do not like Andrew Huberman. They think he does pseudoscience. I think he's a bad guy. He does do a lot of like right-wing talking points. But I like his podcast. I don't listen to all of them. Like, he had like Jordan Peterson on last month. I didn't listen to that, but I generally like what he stands for. I generally like his protocols. I generally like his approach to health and fitness. So I think he's legit. I would pick Justin Herzig if I could pick one other person other than myself to max draft BBM with my last 3K to my name. There's no one, I don't think there's anyone better at best ball than Justin Herzig. I think he's pretty clearly the best at it. And I don't even know if there's a close second, really. So I think it's Herzig. Jamie Foy is much like me, a big bone short king. He's a short guy, a little bit thicker. I really like Jamie Foy. He's actually just one of like my favorite people. All right, so I'm dusted at quarterback here. Kyler already went. This is I've been taking like 100% in joke. You know what? Actually, let's just get weird, dude. Njoku and Warren. That is that'll be a weirdo combo. That will not be done all that often. It's crutches because I follow some of the, like, I follow you and I follow a bunch of the other fitness people. I do get a lot of like right-wing Trump shit in my For You timeline, which is very funny. Yeah, doctors will say things like this. Doctors, this is just my opinion. Please don't cancel me. But a lot of doctors in the United States have a kind of outmoded thought about health where they treat symptom, not cause. We don't really do preventative care in the United States. Actually, this book I have right here, Good Energy by Dr. Casey Means, is a really great read on that, on how doctors think and prescribe and treat patients. And she is a real doctor, real medical school and all that stuff. So I'd encourage you to read that if you're interested. Hey, you cannot put Liam's skills in the lobbies down. You can argue with Liam about a lot of things. You simply, no one could say Liam is bad at the game. Liam is very clearly very good at the game. Have you ever watched Sika Strength? No, I've not, but I will check it out. Yes. Ethan Sherwood Strauss, also a lot of Ethan Sherwood Strauss is probably less like right wing stuff, but just like free thinkers. I get some of that in there. No shame in that. No shame in just being able to do the little board, bro. You should enjoy yourself. I'm not huge on hiking, but my puppy is about 7 months old right now, so pretty soon she's going to be old enough and well behaved enough to be hiking. So I would love to get into that. I did not say this, but I will say this. When I go to my general practitioner, I make it very clear what I am looking to get out of our relationship. And I actually, not this book, but I actually gave a book to my doctor. I know this is very annoying, but I gave a book by Peter Attia to my doctor. Because I mean, obviously, like I'm not rich, bro. I don't even have good health care. I can't afford one of these longevity doctors. But I think it's interesting to because they get such different perspectives, based on when they went to medical school and everything. Yeah, Liam is a good best ball player, and Liam and I have very different ways of viewing individual players. But even Liam's biggest hater, I don't think could say he's bad at drafting best ball teams. I think that would just be insane to say. You can not like Liam. No, I have not watched the Hemsworth series with him in it, but that's kind of interesting. He's not bad. You could be his hater. He drafts good teams, bro. He drafts good teams. I don't know who Dr. Jack Cruz is, but I'm interested. That is commitment. Driving 6 hours from Florida to Georgia to go to my old doctor because he treats cause. Yeah. All right, I drafted another team that's dead at quarterback. What else is new? We have got Ashton Jeanty, Devin Achane, Jalen Warren, Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy, Chris Godwin, Luther Burden, Josh Downs, David Njoku, and Tyler Warren. If you get in one of these rooms where people are snapping up the quarterbacks, like these guys are drafting like 3 quarterbacks, and you pick on the turn, you can just get totally victimized. There is a lot of people autoing. Yeah. Yes, I would say, Matt, I think 99% of it is this: move more and eat well. What I would say is there's a lot of obfuscation in American medicine about what eating well means. Jesus Christ, dude. This is okay. I have to take Anthony Richardson. And I'm taking Cam Ward too. Hope he goes to Cleveland for Njoku. I mean, I was just going to be dead at quarterback. This is going to be another Jackson Dart team if I didn't do that. But in American medicine, we talk a lot about, like, a lot of people think that like eating vegan is healthy, or like they think like, oh, they hear about like Impossible Burgers and they think that's healthy, and they think eggs are bad, and they think red meat is bad. This is probably going to kill my video, but like we learn a lot of the wrong lessons about nutrition, and part of that is what we get from doctors. Yes, yeah, exactly. The food pyramid was literally the result of lobbying. Doctors are super incentivized to prescribe you medications that you don't need, or medications that are addictive. Which is not to say that I personally distrust my doctors or anything like that. Like, I've had like a surgery and things like that. I don't super distrust modern medicine, but this is really good advice. Shop the outside aisles at the supermarket. Yeah. You sometimes you really have to advocate for yourself. I have this, but I've not read this, Rusty. I had this book is sitting on my shelf upstairs, but I haven't read it. This would not do well. Yeah, 100%. There are things your doctors are going to know, but the health span stuff, the information out there is really good. But yes, I mean, if you just did this, if you just stayed away, even if you ate a vegan diet, but you avoided processed foods and added sugar, you'd probably be fine. Someone said something about, yes, I mean, this is totally true. The carnivore, these people are just as annoying. Paul Saladino, the carnivore guy on Instagram, he's just as annoying as any vegan guy. And you should still eat vegetables, you know, like you should still eat roughage, and you should still get fiber. There's nutrients and things in vegetables that you're not going to get from just eating fucking meat and eggs and cheese and milk. Even cheese is probably too processed for a lot of people. Am I doing another draft after this? It's 10:40. Probably not, bro. Probably not. I have to finish packing, and it is 10:40 p.m. Central Time, and I got to get my dog to the sitters by noon. So this is probably the last one. I do like fasted workouts. I work out fasted every morning. I get my health information from books. Now, you could say the books are basically just extensions of Instagram, but I also do a lot of, like, I test things out. So, like, I was taking a cocktail of, like, sleep things. So, like, not just magnesium, but I was taking, like, was it L-theanine? And the L-theanine did not work for me. The L-theanine actually kept me awake, so I dropped it. All right. Here we go. I finally get an Ollie Gordon team. We are falling behind at receiver a little bit. All right, I took Cam Ward. I took David Njoku. Let's do a Cedric Tillman. I don't have very much of him yet. This is setting up like Cam Ward to Cleveland. I agree with this. I do agree that this is the deepest running back team I've ever seen. Yes, sugar is a big issue for sure. Yes, sure. We're booked. I will send $25 to a no-kill shelter of your choice, and I have the. You can send it to Unleashed Animal Shelter in Kansas City. That's where I got my good sweet girl who passed away. I'll never forget them. I will be forever indebted to Unleashed Animal Shelter for rescuing my dog and giving her to me. Shout out. More running backs drafted this year than we've seen in at least a decade. I totally believe in that. Completely believe. I think we could see no plan. Mike, my plan is to tell myself every morning, no one cares, work harder. That is my only plan. And it's not a very good plan. And it probably is going to lead to me like hating drafting by July. But I guess it's better than working at State Farm, probably, conceptually. Yeah, stay woke to Big Corn. I like cats too. I just I had cats growing up. I like dogs way more though. And it's kind of funny because for me, I've become much more introverted as an adult. I don't really like to leave the house. I don't love entertaining, going to bars, loud places. And so, because I don't have children either. So my dogs are like my friends. Like I hang out with my dogs. Is the account hustling or lack of ability to make good content the reason you don't give in to the sports betting scene? It's an interesting question, Vinny. I don't know how long you've been watching my channel or known about me, but I used to work for a company that basically did sports betting content. And I used to work for this website right here. I worked for this company. They did, they had their free ad-supported television. They did shows and stuff, and I just didn't really like it. Like, it wasn't a great fit for me. It's kind of disingenuous. And I guess the thing of it is, the end is, I just don't find it that interesting. Sports betting is simple. You bet as many micro edges as possible, and you try to not get your account limited. Fantasy sports is so much more interesting. I didn't say I'm not a people person. It's just that I'm a little bit more introverted than I was when I was younger. And so and also, I guess I've never really thought about the psychological impacts of this, but I do literally spend my entire day talking. So a lot of the times when I'm done working, I'm like, I don't really want to talk anymore. I get done working and I'm like, man, it's really nice to go upstairs and go take my dog for a walk. My dog's super happy to see me. Give him a scratch. We go on a walk. And we're both recharged from that, I think it's a lot different. Yeah. I would totally get this. Yeah. You deal with people all day. Not that I'm dealing with people, but, man, these drafts take forever. It's unbelievable how long they take. All right. We need probably another quarterback. No stacks available. What is there for tight end? Henry. We can probably keep waiting. We do need one more running back. We need another wide receiver. Is Alec Pierce still there? Oh no, AD Mitchell's there. All right, AD Mitchell for one. Definitely another running back. Jeanty, Achane, Warren, Gordon. Let's do Kendre on this team. So we've got Anthony Richardson, Cam Ward, Ashton Jeanty, Devin Achane, Jalen Warren, Ollie Gordon, Kendre Miller, Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy, Chris Godwin, Luther Burden, Downs and Mitchell, Tillman and Njoku with Ward, and then Warren. We have 4 more picks left. Unbelievable. Oh man, anytime Pat needs me, he knows where to find me. How did you start off your channel to attract viewers? Well, it's a different situation for me. Fantasy Football Dad, I really mean this in the kindest way. But I just had a lot of advantages because I've been doing fantasy football for a long time. Rich Rebar came on my first stream. Pat Corain came on my first stream. People just already knew who I was. Really, my advice to you, and I really mean this, if I was telling someone to start right now, I would say don't start streaming. Don't even start with videos. I would tell you to start with TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts, and edit those and get those dialed in, and that will get a bigger audience for you. I have not started to check my exposure yet, honestly. I mean, I'm only through 15 drafts, but I do like AD Mitchell a lot. Perfect venue for, well, I like I like Vegas for about 36 hours. Any long, and I don't play, again, this is just going to make me sound like such a fucking stick in the mud, but I don't like table games either, really. Like, if I'm going to go to Vegas, I'm going to play 1-3 or 2-5, no limit hold'em. I don't drink, so Vegas is just the experience that Vegas has. The experience in Vegas for lots of people is different for me. No one knows. No one knows what happened to Ollie Gordon. His team was terrible. I assume he probably got hurt. He also, someone mentioned this in the chat last week. He did get a DUI in the off season, so maybe there was something messed up. Maybe his personal life went sideways. Maybe his training got thrown off. I don't know. I would really, obviously, I would love to play in the World Series of Poker. It just obviously would require more funds than I have available. But that is obviously playing in the main event at the World Series of Poker is a bucket list for me. I should be mixing in more Pittman. Yeah, absolutely, because I do like Downs and Mitchell. Yeah, I would love to do it. If I win the big board, or if I win one of these big tournaments and I get 6 bigs to play around with, I will go play. I mean, I'm not very good at poker anymore. I haven't opened up a solver in years. I haven't studied or read a book or even really played in a long time. When I was in college, I used to go, there was a casino about 30 minutes from Manhattan, where I went to college, and we would go play on Sundays. They had a $40 no limit hold'em. It would be about 60 people, and we would play there. Not that Manhattan, brother. Manhattan, Kansas. And we would play in that, and then you guys will never guess. Should we mix this one up? Should we take Russell Wilson instead of Dart on this one? We don't even have a potential Raider, though. No, we're taking Dart again. Dart and LeQuint. I want more LeQuint. And then the game that they would have spread for people who got knocked out of the no limit tournament was 2-4 PLO 8. $2, $4 PLO high low. Like, literally the oldest man, the grimiest Pall Mall and black coffee out of a white styrofoam cup draft you can imagine. That is exactly who would be at the PLO 8 table at Prairie Band Casino, I believe it was called. I think that Alec Pierce is not as good as A.D. Mitchell because A.D. Mitchell was a better college player. A.D. Mitchell had a top 15 targets per route run in the National Football League last year. Okay, 1 second. While we're talking about PL08, I don't know if it's on this bookshelf or the one that is upstairs. I think it's upstairs. I had basically to get ready to play that game, I read David Sklansky wrote a PL08 book. And I would just read this PL08 book, you know, when I should have been studying or like getting ready to like, or practicing for competitive speech. I would just read this PL08 book and be like, I'm going to fucking destroy these old guys. I'm going to get in there and they're never going to have, and they would just call. They all just called. They just called, you know. And at the end, it played the same way that that Limit Hold'em would play, where all the idiots just called. I've never played Stud 8. Yeah, PL08 book, 1 page. Make sure you're noted. I mean, my memory was being up, but I probably wasn't up in PL08. I was probably only up because the way that this poker tournament worked was it was effectively like a mega, like a turbo. Like the blinds would advance so quickly, but these are like, you know, octogenarians in the middle of Kansas. They did not understand the concept of a turbo. So I would just fold, shove was all it was. Like basically it was fold, shove. You know, fold all the way around. Yes. This is obviously what I thought in my head. In my head, I was like, oh, I'm going to level these guys so hard. And I'm positive I was probably plus EV in the game just from having read the book or whatever. But no, like I certainly was not printing in that game. The tournament was a print fest. The tournament itself was a print fest because everyone was so bad. But again, this is not as if I'm a good poker player. I would say I'm a perfectly cromulent poker player. Too aggressive, far too aggressive, particularly live, because I get bored. Many such cases of being too aggressive playing live poker. Yeah, that's kind of my experience as well. Sure, but you got to get a lot of hands in. You have to get a lot of hands in to get to the eventually part, Benny. And I just, you know, I'd play like once a week for a couple hours. I played the last time I played cards live was my buddy's bachelor party last summer. I played 2-5 in a casino in Oklahoma City at I believe it's the Riverwind Casino. I played 2-5, and everyone at the table was like the worst player imaginable. And I sat down, I played for about 2 hours. About an hour in, I hit a set. I think I don't remember the exact hand history. It was set over set, and I stacked a guy, and then I just folded a bunch. And that was it. Paid for my trip, set over setting. I think it was kings over eights. And that's a good vacation, man. Can't complain about that vacation. All right, we need one more tight end with David Njoku and Tyler Warren. And we have 3 rookie running backs, 3 vets. We probably need another wide receiver as well. You gotta get woke, brother. Okay. Tight end. I'm taking Gunnar Helm. 2 rookie tight ends. What could go wrong? And I only took 1. Did Beck get taken? Beck did not get taken. All right. Final team. Anthony Richardson, Cam Moore, Jackson Dart. God, I went too heavy on the rookies on this one. Ashton Jeanty, Devin Achane, Jalen Warren, Ollie Gordon, Kendre Miller, LaQuint Allen, Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy, Chris Godwin, Luther Burden, Josh Downs, Cedric Tillman, A.D. Mitchell, Jack Beck, David Njoku, Tyler Warren, and Gunnar Helm. Slaps love this team. It's true. The rake is really high. Man, I get phone calls from scammers all the time. I bet I have like 3 missed calls on my phone right now. I have 2 missed calls from scammers on my phone right now. All right, let's can I do an exposure check? Will it let me? This is what my exposure looks like right now. Through 20 drafts. 45% Devin Neal. 45% Kendre Miller, 35% David Njoku, 35% Fields, 35% Dart, 35% Helm, 30% Worthy, 30% JSN, 30% Damian Martinez. So there's an idea of where we're at. Probably need to start trimming back some of these rookies. Hampton is just like, he shouldn't be so much more expensive than Caleb Johnson is the issue. That's kind of where I'm at. Caleb Johnson, I have 25%. Looks like Hampton, I've drafted him in 2 little boards. Looks like what it is. Well, keep in mind, we've barely done any drafts. We got a long road ahead of us. The road to 250,000. So it's a long journey. Now Helm is an example of you got to know this about gambling. When you have an edge, you got to press it. That's when there's an edge, you got to press it. I don't think Helm is that dissimilar from Tyler Warren, actually. There's a chance that Helm ends up being a first-round pick. All right, boys. That is going to do it for me here today. I will be back with all of you guys on Monday afternoon. In the meantime, there will be a video coming out on Saturday morning. There will be a video coming out on Sunday morning. I would appreciate if you guys would watch both of those, if you would like both of those. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Consider becoming a member to the channel so that you can hang out with us in Discord. You can get members-only videos. You get the cool emojis. And you get to support your favorite January 31st best ball streamer. I love all of you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much for watching.
It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense